name is Samuel Aqua, and my major is computer science with a minor in finance. To create a pivot table, the first thing in creating this pivot table is first finding the values to put in for the gross margin, which can be found by subtracting the unit price and unit cost divided by the unit price. And how we do this is by doing an equal, then clicking the number under unit price subtracted by unit cost over or divided by the unit price again, and enter. As you see, we have a lot of rows in this Excel sheet. So in order for us to autofill, we end up double clicking this, which autofills the values for the other rows in this Excel sheet. And now we get into the actual step of actually creating a pivot table. So how we do that is by selecting the entire worksheet by clicking this button right next to the A and on top of the 1, which selects the entire data in the entire worksheet. Then we go to Insert, click on Pivot Table, and as you see, it has our entire data selected, and we try to make it into a new worksheet, which is already selected. So all you do is click OK. And now to actually start the pivot table, what we'll be doing is working with the sales channel and order date. So in order to do that, we'll put the sales channel into columns by clicking on it and dragging it into the columns area. And order date, we will be putting that into rows. So we do the same thing and drag it into the row section. But with order date, as you can see, it has 3 things that it shows: the year, quarters, and order date. But we only want the quarters to show, so we will remove the other 2 years and order date by dragging it out, and it removes it. And you do the same with order date, and it removes it out of there. So now it only shows the quarters. Next, we'll try to add some values, which would be the average gross margin and the sum of profit. So we do the same thing, and we get the gross profit, the gross margin, and drag it over to values, and we get the profit and drag it over to values as well. As you can see, it makes the gross profit sum, but that's not what we're looking for. So in order for us to change it to the average of gross margin, we click on the I and click on average right here. So now it shows the average of the gross margin and not the sum of the gross margin. And because we're looking for the sum of profit, it already shows right there. But we also want to make sure that for the gross margin, it's formatted into 2 decimal places. So what we do is we'll click the I again, and this brings up to this table again. We click on numbers and then click on number again, and we change the decimal places to 2 places and click OK. Click OK. And as you can see over here, it changes it to 2 decimal places. And for the sum profit, we'll format it into 0 decimal places. We do the same thing, click on number, and click OK. And as you see, it shows 0 decimal place right here. In order to insert a slicer into a pivot table, you click on Insert Slicer in the Pivot Table Analyze area. We'll be working with the product and sales channel, so we select those 2, product and sales channel, and click OK. And as you see, it brings up 2, I guess you can call it filters that we can use to select. And we'll be working with the product being blankets and the sales channel being in store. So for sales channel, we click in store, and product, we click blankets, which is right here. And it shows the average gross margin for in-store blankets for all four quarters right here. As you can see, if we clicked on something else, the values change. So that's how you create that. And to create a chart for this pivot table, you click on insert. You can click over here for the combos, and this in the middle right here creates a clustered column line on secondary axis, and this is what it looks like. And that's all there is to creating a pivot table. Let's see, we can also change, okay, looking at this chart, let's see how it will look if we change the sales channel to online instead. So online blanket, and you see how it changes. And that's pretty much all there is to creating a pivot table.